It's got no music at all.
We
can make up our own music.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Cat Scratch Fever, the guy will get back to me.
For some reason, you can hear us, even though we're not supposed to be here, guys. But we'll. There we are.
Is it going to stop?
Look at us moving up.
There we go. That is the opening, the new opening of Ryder's Rasslin review. But unfortunately, due to some algorithmic issue, the music had to be cut. But we're going to get new music because this show deserves nothing less. My name is Jack Kilby, No Gimmicks Guy on the socials, here with the godfather of Cheap Heat Productions himself, Morris Shortle, and of course, the man known as the Big Bad Wolf himself, the man whose name this show carries, Ryder's Rasslin Review. Mr. Ryder, how are you all today?
I am wonderful. I'm celebrating today. As you may know, my favorite beverage in the world is Blue Panac. My Blue Panac.
What is that?
My favorite. It's a delightful vodka liqueur.
Okay.
Right? And then I was gifted from Panac yesterday. They sent me an entire case of their new green Panac.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
Oh, see? Yeah, it's very special. So today's green Panac. So we're trying the green Panac today. Which I believe is
what flavor? What flavor is the green one?
This is a margarita flavor.
Oh, nice.
It's a good one.
Mm.
Well, we'll have to get a robust review.
It's pretty good.
A robust review at the end of the show to put it over as it should. And speaking of being put over, Morris, you have a big show coming up almost upon us on October the 19th, a mere 10 days away, coming back to Castlecomer Community Hall. It is the Halloween Bash 2025. Tell all the people about that show. I know you've been talking about match announcements and most importantly, where they can get tickets.
Yeah, so you can get tickets online, Eventbrite, or you can get them off me in person in the real world. And we've no ticket fees when we're giving them out. Paper tickets, old school, like in the real world. They're cheaper than buying them online. No booking fees or any of that kind of stuff. You can come to me, or the shop I work in has them as well. So we're getting pretty low now, so we're going to be happy with the numbers, and we're going to do another good show. Hometown boy goes for the world title. Let's see what happens.
$13,000 for front row.
€15. Actually, I logged on to WrestleMania tickets yesterday, and I showed Rachel. I said, "Look at how much this ticket is." I think it was the second row. It was $46,000.
Absolutely
46,000. Wow.
And the paydays are down. Explain this to me. Kevin Nash pissed off about it.
The merchandise. But before we get into that, because there's definitely stories about the cost of WWE lately, I just have to mention that after the rousing success of Flex Wrestling in the beginning, we are coming back December 6th, live at the Mud Creek Bison Ranch in beautiful Savona, New York. And not only will the first ever Flex champion be crowned at the Headbangers Ball, but I'm going to put an end once and for all to the nuisance, the plebeian known as Big Daddy Derek Roy. My man Angel Medina, the king of the streets, the kingpin, is going to take him out once and for all. And we're a little bit a ways from a medical facility, but there is a ambulance on standby. And Big Daddy, I know you're watching this because you watch everything that we do. You're going to need it, pal. You're going to find out what the cost is, the settling of accounts when you spit in my face. So be sure to go to flexwrestling.com right now. Grab those tickets because it is an amazing facility. Also on the show will be Ricky Morton and his son in tag team action and Headbanger Mosh, I believe, or is it Thrasher? I'm not sure.
I think it's Cracker.
Thrasher. Thank you. One of the headbangers will be on that, and there's going to be amazing action from a promotion that a lot of folks are trying to get into. Got a great buzz, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Is that in the same venue as last time?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
That looked a really, really nice venue.
Yeah, it's the crowd were very, very hot. They were acoustically the whole 9 yards. It was the Mud Creek Bison Ranch is an excellent facility for independent wrestling. And whether you're in Ireland or over here in North America, support independent wrestling, because we're going to talk about some of the greed, as you've already touched on, that seems to be plaguing WWE. First story, and I think it's fitting to open with this because a lot of people are talking about it. According to Meltzer, the final opponent for John Cena will be Gunther. You'll recall that it was originally going to be in Boston, but then they switched it to that major wrestling metropolis of Washington, D.C. It's not official yet, but this is what the backstage quote-unquote sources are talking about. Brock Lesnar was floated, of course, and there was some speculation about Edge, Adam Copeland, but that didn't come to pass. Of course, this weekend, Cena is facing a man that Mr. Ryder beat within an inch of his life in TNA, and that would be the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who also, I guess, is winding down next year too. Guys, what do you think about Gunther as the opponent?
I don't believe it.
No,
it's actually a great idea because he gets the rub, and losing the Gunther doesn't hurt. Obviously, Cena doesn't care, but it only helps Gunther. And if he's coming back from a loss, that's a good win for him. I still think it'll be Edge.
Yeah, I don't believe it's going to be Gunther.
You think they're going to keep it a surprise?
Mm.
Well, they re-trademarked Edge today, so.
Oh, okay.
They remarked the name Edge. There's a reason for it.
That's a very good indicator then. The whole thing around and I know we talked about this last week, but these experiences, apparently there's one with John Cena, and maybe Morris, you're on this a lot more, but it tops out to like $50,000 to get a photo op with him and be in I guess on the floor somewhere for the final match.
And you get to a picture beside the entrance or something like that, or you get to do your own entrance, maybe something like that. Crazy money.
Like, what are we doing here? This is the fan backlash is now starting to be pretty palpable. Thank goodness, despite the organization saying they're more profitable than ever. But could this be do you think, Mr. Ryder, this is finally the tipping point, or are we going to see much more to come?
Oh, you're going to see much more to come. They're going to keep getting worse. They're going to milk this thing. They don't care about WWE. They don't care. They don't care if it goes out of business. They couldn't care less. They just want to sell it. They couldn't give a shit less. So they'll milk it. Vince McMahon loved it and cared about the fans. These guys don't care.
Yeah.
They'll just keep milking it as much as they can. They're going to go as high as people will let them go. Right?
Vince McMahon leaving WWE was the worst thing that has ever happened to that company.
And it kind of feels to me like he was set up at this point for this. Like corporate world's nasty, nasty business. So
yeah.
I feel like he was set up to get kicked out of there, and now they're going to milk it, and destroy it, and sell it off to the Saudi Arabians, who are that is really going to be bad.
Well. Speaking of Cena, he was quoted as saying at a recent fan expo, and he said that he knows that it failed. He said, and that's a quote, he said that he was aware that the turn didn't go as planned, but he doesn't believe on dwelling on it. He said, stay focused on the present, enjoy his last run while it lasts. He was asked if he was upset over it, and he said, no, I wasn't upset. I just know I failed. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can learn from failure, right? I went out there and bombed. Shit happens, guys. Come on now. Interesting perspective on what was touted at the time. You might recall when the turn happened. Oh my God, this is going to eclipse Hogan, NWO. It certainly didn't turn out like that. Who's to blame for this? I'm not inclined to blame
The
Cena.
writers.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
The writing on it was terrible. But I don't know what. There was no reason for the turn. They never explained the turn. He just said he wanted to ruin wrestling. He's not a good heel. He's a good rapper. He should have gone back to the doctor of thugonomics. His promos were terrible. And he just had to say, "I'm going to ruin wrestling." It was not. It didn't come off authentic. Hogan, he came off authentic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Austin heel turn always authentic. Rock always authentic. Cena didn't seem authentic.
I don't think John Cena should be taking any blame for the way people write his TV lines and stuff like that. Not his fault at all. He can only deal with the cards he's given.
Right. He didn't have to say anything. It was the best part. He should have said nothing. Stood out there, got booed out of the building, and walked away. Didn't say a word. Silence is golden. But no, listen. The advice I would have given Cena was the advice that he gave a lot of people. Just keep your mouth shut and just go out there and just stare at them. Less is more.
Do you think by not like changing up the look, he was still wearing the jorts and the hat and not making some kind of cosmetic or visual change that was a mistake? Like usually, I don't know. I'm sure he can grow a beard. If he turned heel, he could have grown a beard or something like that.
Well, I don't know if he could or not because he was shooting Peacemaker. So maybe he couldn't grow a beard.
And they still wanted to sell his colourful T-shirts across Europe when they were in Belgium and Ireland and wherever. So,
I mean, he could have had a new clothing line like NWO, but again, he's only going to be there a year. It's just him. How many had sold a lot, but he's still selling a lot of John Cena shirts.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go down as one of the greatest of all time. He's still on the Mount Rushmore, so he's got nothing to be afraid of, ashamed of.
Yeah.
What do you think this weekend?
What's her name? Getting a gun stuck in his mouth. Other than that, he's had a pretty good career.
True. Forgot about that one. That's
the exception of the Victoria gun incident. He's been all right.
That's the story that made headlines for sure. Who do you like this weekend with AJ? That'll be a great match, regardless, right?
I think he's going to put AJ over in it.
Really?
I think
he's going to lose 2 big matches in a row.
I think he will. I think he will. I think AJ's going to go over.
Interesting. El Juggalo here, off topic, is asking your thoughts on Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I'm not sure. Do they run still? I know the stuff that I've seen of them before was highly entertaining. I'm not aware if they're. Maybe they can correct me, but I'm not sure they're running many shows now. Thoughts on JCW?
I've never seen it. Seen much of it. I had the pleasure of meeting the Insane Clown Posse when I first got to WWE. Very nice guys, not wrestlers in any capacity, but they're nice guys. I have not seen it, but I will check it out for El Juggalo. I'll take a peek and I will comment on it next week if that's okay with El Juggalo.
Likewise, I've never seen it, but I will have a look.
Fair enough. I found their approach to be entertaining, and they would bring out some legends and have interesting matches. I'll check that out.
As we're saying this, wasn't there some controversy with those guys in Jersey recently? Something happened
maybe
on their shows.
They have a special hearing tonight.
Something happened at one of their shows in Jersey, and it was not good. It was bad.
Ask El Juggalo can tell us.
I'm going to get more information as this goes on.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to do some research there. Dave Meltzer came out with this story commenting on an official release from WWE, and I'm not sure if I have this interpretation wrong, but apparently WWE are claiming that they had 1 million paid this year, or they're going to have 1 million paid fans this year, not comps or other things like that, but paid seat sales, and that they're on track to sell 1 million, and they're going to do an unknown reward for the fan that purchases the 1 millionth seat. But Meltzer says, you've got to run multiple times a week and hit 10,000 for one of those shows every single week to get to that kind of number. So I think Meltzer is indicating that may not be on the up and up. Do you think that's possible this year?
How big is the arena in Saudi Arabia?
True. Yeah. Are they paid though?
Can you prove they're not?
Yeah,
It's a bot show.
Somebody paid for them.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. The government probably paid for it.
Hey, if somebody's paying you, that's a paid seat. I don't care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume they're counting them. You know, we're in a WrestleMania. There was 80,000 people 2 nights in a row, so there's almost 200. Yeah, I can think they can do 1 million. I don't think it's not a single number based on the big pay-per-views and the overseas tour they did.
Mm.
And you got the house
Yeah,
shows
there was a lot.
overseas.
Yeah, there was a lot of
So yeah.
there was a lot of shows in Europe this year as well. A lot of shows.
Yeah, I can see them doing 1 million fans.
18, 20,000 every city in the UK, Glasgow, London. Yeah, it could add up pretty fast.
I wonder what the special gift will be for the 1 millionth purchaser. A photo op by the Titantron or something like that.
Meltzer is going to give them their own 5-star match.
Perfect.
$1 million for the 1 million ticket.
Oh, El Juggalo is saying Mickey Knuckles and Madman Pondo were fired from JCW after what happened in Rutherford, New Jersey during the Powder Keg pay-per-view. Hold on. Essentially what happened is that John Wayne Murdoch, a GCW wrestler, was set on fire, and ended up in the hospital.
All right, so I knew some of that.
Okay.
Thank you, Juggalo. Okay.
Commentators even asked where the fire extinguishers are, though the blame, I think, is on GCW for that incident. Well, there you go. Oh, and he said something else. GCW lost the 2-day war with JCW at the gathering. Well,
You play with fire.
Yeah, not being a fan of fire spots, to not have fire extinguishers around, that's a bad deal.
I don't know if you guys have ever met Man Pondo.
Never in person, no.
All right. Well, another. I'll try and say this without being. Here's another individual that should never be allowed near a wrestling ring for any reason, such as this. I can assure you that not one time did I ever hear Steve Austin call, "Hey, let's light each other on fire" spot in WWE. You know, be awesome, kid. How about if I throw gasoline all over you and light you on fire?
The only times that happened was with Edge and Mick Foley and those maybe 3 or 4 Inferno matches that Kane had with Undertaker and one with MVP, I think it was.
And he lit his foot on fire and his glove, and he had freaking.
Actually, Austin was in one of those matches with Kane, an Inferno match, I think, on a Raw. But Austin didn't get set on fire.
You didn't get set on fire.
No.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about nothing to do
how
with
that young man is that got lit on fire. I'd like an update on him. How is that young man? Because he was talked into that fucking terrible spot by someone who, a veteran. I'm a veteran, must be. I got you, brother. Yeah. I wonder how that poor kid is.
Yeah, I'll have to research that. Nothing to do with you. Obviously, one of the smart fans on the channel said, obviously learned nothing from Sabu Sheik fire match in FMW. I was just going to mention that one as probably the most deadly to date. I don't think we should be doing stuff with fire personally, but
man,
that's just me. Explosions.
Why? We're not stuntmen.
Yeah.
Freaking wrestling match. We're going to be a stuntman, go out to Hollywood. Light yourself on fire all you want.
And it's the law of diminishing returns when you keep doing that over and over again. The next story, interestingly enough, is Tony Khan said that we lost Morris. He'll probably be back. He pledged that his company's ticket prices will remain affordable. I'll give you the quote. I think we really have always made it very family friendly from the first AEW show. It's always been important for affordable tickets for the fans, and we've always kept the entry price affordable, and that's consistent for AEW from the very beginning. It's really been over the years for me something that we made a point to emphasize, and we bring it up time after time throughout the year. He was speaking with the Sportster there, and he said, I do think in professional wrestling, AEW is absolutely the best value you get for your tickets. We've been having a lot of people this year, really positive feedback from them, saying that the ticket prices for AEW are a big positive point for the company. Having been to numerous AEW events, all but one comped, the tickets for the one that I saw in Massachusetts, right on the floor, front row, 2 tickets were like, I don't know, 60 some odd US dollars. I think he does have a point there, and I hate to be part of the folks that for good reason criticize AEW, but man, we need this company to succeed when things go elsewhere overseas. What are your thoughts on that focus? It seems like the right thing to do, does it not?
It's definitely the right thing to do. Listen, I'm all about making money, but at a certain point, you got to take care of your fan base. You can't get yourself out of the market. So I'm glad AEW is there. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff they do, but the product's getting better. Storylines are non-existent because they all get to write their own storylines. They really need to get a real writing team in there. And look who's available. I mean, you got Pat Kenny. We can't get Carino, but I bet you couldn't get paid him enough. You got Chris Daniels there to teach guys how to work. I mean, you got a good crew. You got to sit them all down and pick their brain. Not everybody can be the top guy. They got to figure out who's on top, and they don't know because they all want to be on top.
I think that they have a lot of really good people around, but I think there's only one man in charge, and he wants it his way. I think Mr. TK.
I don't think he's in charge. I think they all write. I think Edge and Christian they all write their own stories, and they just tell him what they're going to do. And he says,
that's not good.
Next time on the show, do your angle. And they just make up their own angle.
If the product improves, I might go to Wembley next year when they're back, seeing as I probably won't be able to ever go to a WrestleMania again.
You got a better chance of being in one than being able to afford one, right?
Nothing to do with you said big positive, but just purchased WrestleMania tickets 2 weeks ago, 2 nights for €520 and out 610, and it's the lower bowl.
Good man, Aaron. I paid $140 though, Aaron, when we went to Dallas that time for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you going to Saudi Arabia next year?
If you're a single guy and you want to drop $600 to go to Mania, that's not the end of the world. But you want to take your kids to WrestleMania, most people can't do it.
He goes, yeah, I know, mad jealous. I hate to sound like the old man, but when I saw WrestleMania 4 in Toronto, two tickets, I remember distinctly we're talking about $100 a piece, and we're like, wow, these are really expensive, and they were, I think, 3 back. Not on the hard cam side, but definitely on the floor. But again, times have changed. Have you heard this one that Raja Jackson got charged finally with felony battery and another, I guess, misdemeanor count of battery? It took a long time for them to file those charges. He was supposed to be in court for an arraignment, but he was arrested in September on suspicion of felony assault and released on a paltry bail, really $50,000. What do you see happening out of this?
Exactly what I said. Plea bargain down to disorderly conduct, and he walks with a simple assault, maybe. Fine,
And a civil suit.
If there's a prosecutor taking that to a jury is suicide, because all the kid's got to say is, "I'm not a trained professional wrestler. I didn't know." Mm-hmm. So this is over. Like, you paid me. I don't know how to do it. So I'm sorry. I got hurt. What the fuck over for me?
And I was talked into it, and the guy was drunk. Nothing to do with you. Says definitely not going to Saudi, but would get locked up for profanity and drunkenness.
Good luck getting drunk about it. I think you only drink at the airport in Saudi, right?
No, that's why he said. That's why he's not going. He's not going. Aaron is from Ireland. We wouldn't go somewhere you can't drink.
All right, we good.
We're not that stupid.
Coming
Makes
soon.
sense.
Coming soon to England.
El Juggalo saying Madman Pondo is back in JCW for the GCW Fight Club War Games pay-per-view. Not having with him and Violent J, but they seem to put aside their issues. There you go. Have to check that out. I'm all about supporting alternative products.
Stop lighting yourselves on fire.
Yeah, big time.
I heard that caused an awful lot of problems for the athletic commission in Jersey.
Well, yeah. Are they the same in Jersey that you can't do blood now or fight into the crowd, so they decided to light themselves on fire?
Possibly.
Man, there's a line of thinking, eh? Holy cow.
Professional stunt people. That's what you need for things like that.
There's only one stuntman in the history of professional wrestling. That was Kenny Canidle. God rest his soul wherever he is.
Where is that guy?
That guy. Short-lived Kenny Canidle.
The problem with that is, like, from an insurance promoter's perspective, who the heck would I remember filling out the insurance applications, and they asked you stuff like that. What's this going to entail? None of this, none of that. They must have left that off or maybe not had insurance, period. Who knows? You would think they would.
That was the one thing that they thought. Well, we don't have to put that on there because no one's that stupid to do it. Throw kerosene all over a guy and light him on fire.
Have you done many thumbtacks, Mr. Ryder?
Exclusively. It's all I've ever done. If there wasn't 8,000 thumbtacks involved, I wasn't doing it.
And
what I really wanted was to leave the ring in incredible amounts of pain with a blood infection and AIDS.
Those thumbtacks, they're the real deal too, right? Like, I think that's a misconception. Oh, there's rubber thumbtacks. There's no such thing as rubber.
They're real thumbtacks. It's Randy Orton. Real thumbtacks.
Yeah, no way.
Why? I don't understand. Is it Paul E's fault? Is it Paul E's fault for stuff like that?
Probably for popularizing it. I mean, hardcore wrestling's been around a while. I mean, you had the concession stand brawl, all the Memphis stuff, and blah blah blah. But I think, yeah, it's definitely on ECW for making it what it was or is, I guess.
Mainstream.
Yeah. Light tubes, I don't know.
Light tubes. We were at a show. Actually, Ann Rotten used to run down in Kentucky. I forget the IPW, whatever it was.
IWA Mid-South?
IWA Mid-South. I only worked there once. I never went back. But Harley Lewis and Derek Domino went down there as the Misfits. And the one guy hit Harley Lewis with a light tube and sliced his liver open.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Talk about getting deep. That was killed him. God. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, not a fan of the light tubes and all that shit.
Out of their mind.
Scarlett Bordeaux, did you see this interesting story? Kind of flew under the radar.
Another stupid statement by a pretty girl, but go ahead.
Yeah, she said called WWE misogynistic over failed contract talks. She said, I'll give you the quote, but she says she faced rude and disrespectful behavior based on old-fashioned gender stereotypes during her final contract negotiations with WWE. She said the contracts were separate. So after talking to the representative of talent relations about my contract, one last question before 24-hour notice was given, Cross asked where I stood in all these contract negotiations. They said, well, to get yours once we're done with his. Which I took as using me as leverage against him. I feel if he had agreed within 24 hours, they would have offered me something. Whether it was the same amount as before or less, I don't know. But it felt like a massive red flag, and it came off as misogynistic because I was originally hired before my husband in 2019. The idea that I have no value without him and that my worth is determined by whether or not he signs, that came off as very misogynistic to me.
No, nobody cares about her. Sorry.
I feel bad. She's a very attractive, can't carry a freaking match in any capacity. She couldn't carry a match in a bucket. So I don't know what she's talking about. I'm sure she's lovely. He's hilarious. I'm sure she's great, but be realistic. He's the draw, not her. He didn't need her. They gave her there was a favor to him.
Do you think though that in the past we've heard about, you know, and during your time frame, some of the folks there that if they were a couple, they were kind of split up, or you know, somehow there were games being played with. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility to use leverage in a contract negotiation, though. Is that necessarily wrong? Say it is true.
I don't think it's wrong at all. I mean, well, you're not going to offer her a spot first, and then not get him. They wanted him, not her. Which she's
Yep. Yep.
So of course she's going to go last.
Mm-hmm.
Not misogynistic. He's the draw.
Mm-hmm.
The Scarlet will not go across.
And then she said that if they went to AEW, it would be their home forever. So I don't know. Maybe it's going that way. Maybe it's going that way. El Juggalo says, for you, JR, if you're in Delaware, but GCW Fight Club will be in Atlantic City, New Jersey, if you want to check it out. No, you're in Florida.
I'm in Florida. That's okay. He knows. I got a place in PA. Maybe we'll see. It depends what it is. I don't know. I kind of avoid Atlantic City like the plague. It's kind of like the Middle East. It's a little dangerous to go there. It's like London, Dublin.
Yeah, the last time I was in Atlantic City, it was an interesting trip for sure. Not what it used to be, that's for sure. Hulk Hogan, have you heard about this? His family filed a petition for a likely malpractice lawsuit requesting a 90-day extension on the state's statute of limitations in order to investigate a potential medical malpractice case. A lot of people have been talking about this. Bubba, the Love Sponge did, but apparently his wife and son and somebody else representing the estate have said that the time has come to look into this, because they're saying the wife said to TMZ she plans to pursue a medical malpractice lawsuit alleging that Hogan's phrenic nerve was compromised during one of the recent surgeries. She also confirmed that an autopsy has been completed but declined to disclose the findings. And Clearwater police confirmed they're conducting an investigation into his death. Sounds like they might have something here.
Well, the doctor slipped and got the nerve. You know, I don't think it's his first neck surgery though. I don't know the legality of it. I think he's had several neck surgeries. I know that back surgeries. But as soon as you slice that nerve, you're done. You're done. That controls your breathing. So if the guy cut it, and clearly he did, I would say that's a malpractice lawsuit. I don't think he committed a crime. It wasn't intentional, you know what I mean? But definitely going to be a malpractice lawsuit there.
Well, from what I've gathered from Bubba, who had sources, of course, close to the situation, he was walking around and fine the day before, and then, or not walking around, but he was making progress, and then just passed really, really quickly. So maybe something isn't afoot there. That's a shame. But again, how many surgeries did the guy have on his back and his neck? And yeah,
let's not forget he lived through the 80s as well and the 90s in show business. There got to be some wear and tear there as well.
You say snow business?
No, show business. But possibly snow business. I don't know.
He was in the.
That's what Dr. NW said a couple times.
The NW Snow.
NW Snow.
That's a great fun. Speaking of individuals with a alleged penchant for performance enhancing chemicals, the Rock's movie Smashing Machine. We'll talk about. I guess they're talking about a potential Oscar for him, but it really didn't do well at the office. But I found this quote from Don Fry, who talked about the Smashing Machine, and it was very colorful. He said, and I quote, of course, the story of Mark Kerr, the fighter. Mark Kerr, the fucking goof. He's a fucking goof. Jeez. Anybody who knows him knows he's a goof. Rock's a dumbass to do that. He should pick somebody better to represent. Kerr ain't one. Kerr's an effing goof. He's an effing idiot. You know, sit there and say he was scared the whole time and he never wanted to fight. He did a good job for a scared coward, you know. Of course, he's juiced out of his fucking brain, you know. That really doesn't leave much to the imagination.
So you're going back to when I was a kid, and my brother Wyatt was on Team Foxcatcher as a gymnast. Now, most people don't know that DuPont was starting a gymnastics division of Team Foxcatcher, but my brother was the first gymnast on Team Foxcatcher. So way before WWE, I met Kurt Angle and didn't realize it until we got to WWE, and I also met Mark Kerr. And I thought they were all nice guys. I don't think he was a goof. But, I mean, Don Fry's one of the toughest sons of bitches in the sport. Maybe he knows something I don't know. I expect the movie to bomb, but most times you win an Oscar, no one sees the movie. It's a piece of shit movie.
Yeah. Don Fry's always been outspoken. I've caught a number of his interviews in the past. He certainly tells it, but this seems to have hit a nerve. Anyway, the Smashing Machine debuted to just $6 million in its opening weekend, the lowest domestic start of his career as a leading man. But again, generally received positive reviews and 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. It cost $50 million to produce, but again, it may have a second life if and when Johnson gets nominated for the Oscar. Do you guys plan to see it? I take it you haven't seen it.
I will maybe watch it when it comes on Netflix. I can't see it being an entertaining movie. It just.
I still think The Rock's early movies were his best ones. The one with Sean William Scott, The Rundown, it was called Welcome to the Jungle over here. Walking Tall was a great movie with him and Johnny Knoxville in it. They were really good. Rock is. But then again, if you think about the amount of monies that The Rock is in now, some of them are just not going to work. He's nearly in every single blockbuster movie. The biggest movie star on the planet. It's crazy.
And he's going to play an 80-year-old chicken guy next. I can't wait for that one. Have you heard that? That's why the massive weight loss was explained away.
He was talking about that the other day. He weighs 250. And they're telling, what happened to you? You disappeared. He's still gigantic.
I don't think he weighs 250 based on what I've seen. Really?
Because he was 270, wasn't he? Wasn't he normal weight?
It's going to be hard for him to get down to 210, 212. I couldn't see him pulling it off. His legs are fucking huge. It's fucking. His legs are. He had the biggest legs in the locker room. His legs are massive.
Not as big as Rhino.
No,
Rhino had bigger legs. Still does.
I'm not sure about that.
The man turned 50 a couple of days ago. Speaking of Rhino, and
Rhino had some legs. I think Rhino's legs were 33 inches around or something. Something like 3 feet around. They were pretty freaking big.
He has not changed. He has not changed a bit. He's timeless, that guy. So, but
happy
speaking
of, happy birthday to him.
Yeah, we just missed it by a day or two. But speaking of planes, did you see the post that Jordan Grace put out that she's 100% natural, and did you see the response to that? Why do they do these things?
Well, she's just eating ground beef, body by beef.
It's ridiculous. A lot of people are replying, natural Florida water B12 with a side of climate change or something. So they're just going right.
So they all say I'm natural while they're taking peptides as opposed to steroids. It's still not natural. I don't want to hear it.
I wonder. She'll probably be in Saudi Arabia for the Rumble, I'd imagine.
Wearing a burqa.
Mm-hmm.
Or the
It'll be an entire Royal Rumble where you won't know who's in it. There's be all women in burqas, and then they'll have to go in the back to take the find who the fuck won.
That'll be it. That'll be a big surprise reveal when the winner has to take off the
You
market.
want to look at her eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the biggest interviews that we've done on the channel for a while was the one I did with Jimmy Wang Yang, Mr. James Young, and they actually picked up one of the portions of the interview that he was talking about Chris Benoit, and without making it into a short or a clip or anything like that, they several outlets picked it up and we're talking about it was actually a fan question that wanted to know about his relationship with Benoit on the day that they did the tribute, and he started off by saying, usually I say no comment to this person. I don't care anything about his wrestling ability now. Like, that disqualifies him to me as a wrestler. But this is interesting about the tribute show. He said, then the next day they say, hey, we're going to do a tribute show to Chris. My gut felt weird. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do a tribute match to Chris Benoit. I need to see more facts about what happened. During the day, things started to leak out, and I no-showed SmackDown because I didn't want to be part of anything associated with happened. I had the gut feeling I wasn't going. I just didn't feel comfortable. I had a very bad feeling about what happened. I no-showed and kind of got into trouble. Then I got it cleared after everything came out. I just didn't want to be a part of it. So personally, I don't give a shit what wrestling match he did or all this other stuff. I don't care. The last thing he did, that's what sticks with me. So what I found interesting about those comments were, if you look at the tribute show, and I think it's still on YouTube in various incarnations, you could tell Steven Regal or William Regal or whatever he was going by was not comfortable and really didn't have much to say. And he later came out and said that he had a feeling that it was a malevolent situation. But I according to Yang, and after the interview, he said, yeah, a few of the guys felt the same way. So it wasn't the universal shock that a lot of people said it was. Did you catch his comments here, guys, on the interview?
I agree with him. Listen, Benoit was a tremendous wrestler, but he shouldn't be mentioned or people want to put him in the Hall of Fame out of their fucking minds. And I would say this: I spoke to Chris Benoit many times, and he was always a really good guy. But you could tell over the years he was becoming quieter and more distant in the locker room, and there was something going on. You wouldn't have assumed that, obviously, but nobody knew. Nobody talked to a woman all day long. He disappeared that 24 hours. No one talked to her at all. That's a very odd situation.
I think everyone's got a story, haven't they? Everyone's got a story about it. But it's interesting that he sat on it for that long, and then you just got him on the right day, and maybe he said, "Well, okay, I'll answer it now." At this point,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess the stars aligned. Do you people have speculated for a long time about what the actual cause was. I know at the start they were, trying to say it was roid rage, which is ridiculous if you know anything about steroids. And, it cost Mr. Kennedy, I guess, his WWE career when he was out there as a spokesperson. But do you think that, if you look at the claims, his brain was so racked with CTE that he was like he had a brain of an 83-year-old Alzheimer's. That part's never really jived with me, how he could do what he did and make all the travel and everything else with that amount of head trauma. Did you get that sense that he was a few fries short of a Happy Meal towards the end, Mr. Ryder?
I never got that sense at all. That last conversation I had with Benoit, I'm not sure what arena we were in. I got to say Meadowlands. I don't think that's where it was, though. But in Pittsburgh. He and I had a nice long conversation, and we talked about how he viewed WWE as the NFL. And he was in whether you're in the third string or you're the starter, you're still in the NFL. And it was a very nice talk with me about it. He's a really good guy. And then shortly thereafter, he wasn't a good guy. So it seems like drugs to me. I don't know what would cause you to fucking do that. Like, and your kid, like, it was a horrific murder. Like, there was nothing nice about it. Like,
And it happened over 3 days as well. So roid rage is not a thing that lasts for 3 days.
Out the window. I think they were making a lot out of the fact that he was going through, I guess, a year's supply of whatever gas he was on in like under 3 months, and that's why they were. I mean, some of the doctors got pinched for that. I understand too, but that's not enough to explain those circumstances.
Based on his physique, if you want to blame steroids, I would have to say it was trend. Because when you're on trend, you have no friends, and you will go fucking crazy. So if he was trending through the fucking roof, and drinking or whatever else, I don't know what he did at other times. But you could become a violent son of a bitch.
Yeah, there was drink involved in the scene anyway as well.
He was on trend and drinking. Yeah, that's a bad combination.
Brutal. Well, anyway, sorry.
But could it be that bad to do that? Like, I don't know. I don't think there's any excuse for it. There's no excuse.
I'm not at all. I'm not trying to. I'm saying.
But if we're trying to get our heads around it, it just nothing makes sense really about it.
Yeah, and the talk of the Hall of Fame too. I mean that's ridiculous as well. That should never happen. I don't think it will in a publicly traded company anyway.
They should put Muhammad Hassan in the Hall of Fame.
Poor Muhammad Hassan. Where did he get robbed?
He's going to have to come back in Saudi for the Royal Rumble.
Boy, he got fucking robbed.
Believe.
You'll never get that heat back. Where was he?
I'd like to get him on the channel for an interview, actually. He does very, very few. So hopefully the stars might align again and we'll get that happening. But before
we Basham and Bob Evans.
Where's Basham? Remember, he was supposed to give us a date, and I said he was really over, so it would take him a while, and it never happened.
Leather Daddy Doug is a busy guy.
Yeah, I understand.
Where's Danny?
Danny Basham is retired. He's a kept man living up in Michigan, I believe.
Let's track him down.
I think he's just sitting at home taking care of the kids, and the wife is apparently raking it in. I think she retired. He hit the lottery.
Good for him.
Another wonderful guy. A really good guy, Danny Basham. Both Bashams are great guys.
Yeah, maybe we could get them together for a reunion on the show or something like that. That would be a big deal.
I'll work
on the Dicks.
Yeah.
Actually, I took a tank hates the other fucking guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But yeah, you reminded me. I want to reach out to Brutal Bob Evans. That would be a great interview. Another guy that doesn't.
Brutal Bob, one of my favorite.
Yeah. Well, we've burned through the content. Any final thoughts this week? Are you guys watching the deal on the weekend from Australia? I guess it's Crown Jewel non-Saudi version. Are you any interest in that whatsoever? Not really.
No. Well, they're teasing the Seth Rollins Paul Heyman breakup, which is inevitable because it's a dud. You tell.
Yeah. Did you see Mr. Ryder? Did you see Paul Heyman's comments on Braun Strowman?
Braun Strowman? No, what did he say?
What was the exact quote? What did Braun said something about him first? Did he, Jack?
Braun Strowman or Braun Breaker?
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman is it a more word than Paulie?
Said that he said that he fibbed about something or other, and then Heyman responded in a very cutting, sarcastic manner. Do you have it, Morris?
I'll get it here for you now.
Where is the more importantly?
Paul Heyman said this. He said, "Dear Mr. Strowman, your post was brought to my attention. I have nothing negative to say about you, nor to you, sir. In fact, I am actually relieved and indeed celebratory to learn you're still alive. Something most of us didn't realize and even fewer cared about. Love and respect, Paul Heyman."
Hard to argue.
I got Paulie's email. I'll email him that.
hard to argue.
Should I release his email online here? Make the sports key his personal email.
Yeah, that would be disastrous. I'm afraid.
I'm out. I'm retired.
That's amazing.
ECW pencil at.
Yeah.
I'll let you all figure it out.
I've got Ric Flair's number. I've got Ric Flair's phone number.
Right.
Yeah. Have you got it too?
I had it. I haven't. At one point, the guy that ran was part of the company that I was involved with was trying to talk me into bringing him in for, I don't know, 50 grand or whatever, and I said no, that's not happening.
It was a bargain. People were lined up out the door for that show, Jack.
No, his phone number I have. A guy I really wanted to interview, and he was going to do it, but then he kind of went cold. Dennis Knight. Anyone? Midian.
Oh, Midian. Yeah.
I can call Midian for you. I haven't seen Midian in a long time.
He lives in Florida, I believe. You track him down.
Midian's in Tampa. He's a chef. So Midian is always funny because Midian will sit down next to you and will just randomly make up a fake memory about you. And then you play along. He'd sit down.
Do you remember? Do you remember naked Midian?
There we go. I love that. He put his hand like, how you doing? Remember we used to walk down the beach together. Yeah, that was some good times, Midian. He just makes shit up and then he just walk away laughing. It made no sense. That's a funny son of a bitch.
Naked Midian. Naked
Midian was way over. They actually wanted Chris Jericho to be naked at one point, and he refused to do it. They wanted to have somebody steal his clothes. Him and Big Show, I believe. They were going to be walking around naked backstage and refused to do it. So Midian was like, "Oh, fuck it, I don't give a fuck." Payday, sold.
Before we go, one last plug, Morris. Where can they get the tickets? They're getting down there one more time online. Aside from you, where can they get the tickets for October the 19th?
Eventbrite.com. Just search No Limit Wrestling. You'll find it there, or you can get them from me. Looking forward. This will be our last show now this year, and then we'll kick back into it maybe around February or March, because after Halloween, everybody's only thinking of Santa Claus. So it's not a good time for shows.
Santa Claus is still allowed in Ireland, or that they banned him yet?
No, he's not banned over here. Thank God. Yeah, he's still arriving at this house anyway.
All right.
It's in the works, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's a real work.
Exactly. The double entendre. You saw what I did there. That's it for this edition of Ryder's Rasslin Review. We will be back at you next week. Time TBD. It's a dynamic show, but always enjoy your feedback that we get. And if you have any questions or comments, not necessarily about the news of the week, but you want to send in and ask Mr. Ryder, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer that. Until next time, take care, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Cheap Heat Productions. Don't forget to hit the notification button and you won't miss any of our upcoming